Uh, I would like to see StarKiller win here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would like to see StarKiller just do good in general, which
Yeah.
means StarKiller would have to win here.
Mm-hmm.
But it'd be great if we could have like a year of StarKiller. Wouldn't
Yeah.
that be interesting? But we'll see. But I mean, Ryan, I'm saying their names a whole bunch in the intro, but this guy in the top left-hand corner, he's pretty young, so we usually side with the young people here because they're usually better for some reason. Spawning in the top left-hand corner, playing for Team Exxon Gaming, representing United States of America, it is Ryan. These young kids changing their doctorates and undecided in what they're doing in life.
I know, right? He got his doctorate and he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to school and study something else.
He's like, hey, Patty, you want my doctorate? I don't want it anymore.
Oh my god. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, going for a 12 pool, we have the American Zerg player representing Alpha X. It is StarKiller.
You called it. You said he was cheeky.
Oh yeah. How committed is this gonna be though? Only 6 links so far. And they get scouted.
This is great. This is what makes NA great.
Oh,
that's illegal. This is great.
Oh my god. So and he's making more links. Okay, I love this. It's StarKiller. This isn't like an eggs 12 pool where eggs goes for a 12 pool, then he macros behind it. Nah, mate. He's committing.
Yeah. No, he doesn't even have a second base.
Mm-hmm.
No natural.
He has a second hatchery. But oh boy. Yeah, the links, they're here.
I'm so interested because I try and do this and it never works.
He made a spine.
Did it again. Oh, he made a spine. Wow. Next level.
Oh my god. Okay, so the spine's gonna finish and I imagine it's gonna help take everything out, but he pulls the boys to help deal with it.
I mean, pulling the boys is buying him time here.
Hmm.
Okay, he did expand. There was a pylon there, I believe, that had finished.
Yeah.
So now where are we? I've never been in, I mean, not lately, I haven't been in this position.
Mm-hmm.
I normally go for like a quick lings, but then I'll get a third base.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can macro out of it with a quick third base. There you go. He got his third base, and it was interesting. I'm just taking notes now because I don't know any of this math. But it's still anyone's game. But knowing Ryan, he's gonna win here because he took no damage.
Yeah, he took no damage. I love that he even like put the pylon down to delay the natural as well. Like it's very big brain to do that because he's like, I know that I'm gonna survive and I'm gonna make it even harder for you to expand afterwards. Ryan doesn't know about the third, so maybe he thinks StarKiller is in a worse position than he really is. But Ryan's he's just doing his own thing, man. Like he's getting his Stargate.
Yeah. I'm sure you can assume there's a third base there. Because, I mean, you're going to have saved extra minerals unless he link flooded harder.
Yeah.
And he didn't really have the early on gas. I'm pretty sure he saw that with the probe, so he knows there's no, like, link speed quite yet.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it's pretty rough for Ryan. I don't know. I have never seen just slow lings win a game before. Mm-hmm. In a pro match where they've scouted.
Yeah. Like we've seen time and time again, Jim skip link speed and it doesn't work when he does it.
Yeah.
just don't work. So
yeah. I mean you can skip link speed to be greedy, but StarKiller was like trying to go for a game ender there.
Mm-hmm.
Like thinking he was just gonna flood the wall and get through.
Yeah. That's fine.
But you know what? This is the first new map that we're casting.
Yeah, for the very first time. Yeah, we are on Light Shade, which to me looks like one of the more standard maps. There's a decent amount of rocks, but
I wish they could get a little bit more creative with the names. Like we just had Nightshade, I think like 2 pools ago.
Yeah.
And now they're going to Light Shade.
Yeah.
Some originality in the game would be nice. Oh, there's no defense here. No anti-air. Oh, this is bad.
Oh my god, yeah, this is crazy. Like, StarKiller, he's only just now going in with his Overlord, so his scout is so late and there's just nothing to stop the Oracles. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's rough. And the Adept shaded in right where the Oracle was coming in as well. That was pretty big brain.
Yeah. Yeah, like they helped each other out. They made it even harder for StarKiller to hold. He still doesn't have any Spores. Spores only just now starting, and there's a second Oracle coming in.
Yeah, and God, that's so bad.
Oof. Yeah, like
I don't quite know the scouting time for ZvP.
Mhm.
I just get Overlord speed every time in scout, but I think for Terran it's like 420s when you go in for the scout. So StarKiller did go in for the scout at the 420 mark, but the Stargate was already out, moving out.
yeah. I do know in this matchup at least you go in at around like 3:30. But because the beginning was so awkward, like I'm sure he found it difficult to do that. So yeah, it was.
But normally you can tell through the gate if the warp gate upgrade is not researched. That's usually a tell.
Yeah, well, it's a tell that like some kind of tech's being turned down.
Yeah.
Which goes to show like
Yeah.
StarKiller, he should have sent an Overlord in earlier, right? But
Yeah, I think he could have seen it coming, but he was just distracted. Happens to the best of us.
yeah. And now 14 drones have gone down. I mean, StarKiller, like he's still like relatively even in workers. We'll see if Ryan decides to go for this big push or if he decides to expand instead. If he does go for a push, then yeah, StarKiller, he may have a hard time holding.
Yeah, I've been seeing some pretty weird Protoss builds lately. Long gone are the day of the resonating glaive adepts, I think now.
I hope so.
I've just been seeing some big weird pushes with sentries and zealots, or like stalkers and sentries. We'll see what he's gonna warp in here behind this.
Yeah, like even this push is really weird because there's no robo units to help support this. It's just pure gateway and sentry. Like this can work, but oh my god, units already getting caught out by the Lings.
Yeah, I think it's actually really good with some shields and some force fields. This base can be taken out. The force fields really just buy enough time to destroy this base, and I think StarKiller's just dead here with a couple more warpins, oracles for backup here.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's going to be difficult to hold the third. We'll see if he can do more than just kill the third because there are roaches on the way, roach speed is on the way, ravagers as well. So StarKiller, he's trying to bank up as much army as he can, but oh, he has to be careful. He can't let the Lings trickle in like this.
Yeah, Ryan knows he's won this. He's not even trying to kill a third base. He let all the drones evacuate and then come back because he was going for that kill shot, but a lot of sentries here that didn't do anything. A lot of sentries kind of went down already.
Yeah, I mean, the sentries, they still have plenty of energy to throw down more force fields. A lot of Lings went down. 18 drones went down as well. Oh boy.
Yeah, this is pretty much it here for StarKiller in game one. And Ryan's just going to continue to compound onto this and snowball and get bigger and bigger. He doesn't seem to be losing anything. He's going to lose like 1-2 stalkers in that engagement. But the counter losses are just so heavy.
Oof, yeah, exactly. Like, he's using all his workers. Like, there's just not enough Roach Ravager here.
GG. Yeah, this has been throwing me off lately. Protoss has been going for a lot of weird, like all gateway units, quick pushes.
Mhm.
I don't know where they're learning this crap, but I'm not a fan of it.
I mean, it's weird because part of me feels like maybe if instead of throwing down a Roach Warren, you get a earlier Baneling Nest, so you have like some AoE in your army. But the
There's
sentries,
really nothing you can do. Yeah, sentries just
Yeah.
force field them out, and then target fires down.
Mhm.
You just adjust according to what they go for. If they have a lot of roaches, and you throw in some more adepts and sentries to block them out. If they go for banelings, and you just throw in more sentries and more zealots,
Mhm.
and just micro your heart out. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Very terrible. I hate it. Protoss is a menace.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm sure StarKiller would have been able to hold, but like because of all that early damage as well, like it's just made it so difficult. But yeah, so far Ryan pretty solid with his early defense. We'll see what StarKiller does here. As we are going to be getting into another one of the new maps.
I love it. They're not afraid to go there. I wonder who vetoed what, but I also wonder how much these players have trained on these maps yet. I know some people like to play the maps way in advance so they're ready as soon as they hit the market. Some people don't like to play them until they are actually live.
Yeah, it's
Must
like
be nice to be like a high-ranking GM and just be like, oh, new maps. Sure, I'll just dominate with these new maps that I don't know. While other people are like training hard to learn these maps and still can't win.
It was last week where I believe we ended Battle of the Americas. We raided Panda Bear Me, and he was already practicing on the new maps. Like he was.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But where's Panda Bear Me? Not here. But you know who is here in the top left-hand corner of this new map? Romanticide Ellie. That's a terrible name. He's playing for Team Exxon, representing United States of America. It is Ryan. Such a boring name.
And spawning in at the bottom right hand corner of You Wanted Something Different, Romanticide LE. You're like, not that different. You're like, look, bring us back to light
in a good way.
Oh my god, going for a 14 pool, the American Zerg player representing Alpha X, it is Starkiller.
I have a cousin named Ryan, so every time I say Ryan's name, I feel like I'm at like a family event. To get in this corner, Ryan.
Right, like even Paco Mike, it's like two
Paco
names,
Mike,
you
it's
know.
kind of fun to say.
Yeah, or like Patty Mac, you know, like there's
at least more than one syllable.
Exactly.
I liked Dr. Ryan.
Hashtag bring back the doctor. God damn it. I agree. I like Dr. Ryan as well.
Yeah. But I guess they got onto him. They found out he was too young.
What a gentleman. Look at Starkiller.
This is a conversation between a 16-year-old and a 22-year-old man. This is what the top level does in StarCraft. That's crazy. They have APM to type so fast.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. If I did that, I'd like miss an overlord or miss some...
Yeah, my whole build's off. I mean, I don't ever have an actual build, but then I'm thrown off slightly.
Oh my god. All right, we'll see if Starkiller can get anything done, because he did go for a 14 pool, so the links are already across the map, and ooh, there's still no adept here. He's gonna try and break on through, but the adept is gonna finish, and Starkiller's gonna be forced back.
He wasn't even gonna try and get some damage done. But you know, the reason I like doing this, I go for the 14 pool. I don't actually go for a 12 pool, but the 14 pool is great because you force them to throw off their build completely. They have to throw down some defenses. They have to force out a zealot or an adept. In this case, he forced out a pylon in the wall, and that's gonna throw off Ryan's build altogether. Because now, if he wants to hide any tech, he's gonna have to build another pylon somewhere else, and then you know, go from there. So that's really what I love about the 14 pool opener, and you can still get your third base out on it. So that's great.
Yeah.
There's something I'm a little more familiar with.
Yeah, it's like a little bit aggressive, but it's also a little bit safe as well, because you have those early lings in case your opponent went for a proxy or anything like that, so you're relatively safe. And yeah, this is another one of the interesting maps. I say interesting, there's nothing too crazy about it except for the mineral walls.
Yeah.
There's
I don't feel they're ever going to come into play until the late game.
Yeah. Maybe it's like decent locations for proxies, like behind the mineral wall, like you throw down a pylon so you can warp in on the other side, stuff like that.
You know what I discovered it's good for? A good place to die to tanks.
Oh yes, that's gonna be disgusting. Tanks on the other side of this, and a Terran drops Marines to like pressure your third.
It happened. This base, I got absolutely demolished by drops. If you look at like the furthest base, like more north to that third base, the opposite way.
That way? This way?
Down one more. South. Did I say north? I meant south. That one right there.
North. Yeah. Okay.
That one right there is the south. My bad. If you drop there, you can go and drop to the third and the main, all within like two little 2 little drops. You can drop every base and just go back and forth for an hour. And that's what happened to me.
Oh my god.
You can just drop all of those bases from one dead space. I mean, if you get battle cruisers over there, it's rough. And then your other option is taking the base right in front of your third base, which is also very good for drops.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, this mineral wall looks actually annoying because we've seen maps lay out just like this, except instead of a mineral wall, they're rocks, and you just kill the rocks and then it's okay. But like with this, it's a little bit more awkward. Like, oh god.
Oh yeah, I saw the army moving out, and I sent my whole mineral line to go mine that out. It didn't get mined out enough. But we actually have a Resonating Glaives Adept opener here. I think Ryan's just playing it like chill. Like Resonating Glaives is an easy build to do. For the most part, it doesn't require a lot of defensive play and APM. You literally just shade and I'll finish or I won't. There's really nothing too scary here. The Dark Templar Shrine behind it. I think this is a little BM to StarKiller.
Yeah, we'll see, because like there are a couple of different ways that you can do this, and oh my god, the adepts are actually getting a decent amount of damage. A couple of workers are in all 3 of the bases at the same time.
Yeah, a couple of the adepts, he split the adepts on the shade, which is great, while morphing in at third base. He gets 6 workers, which is decent. What it's gonna do is slow down StarKiller, try and get his army back up, and he does already have an overseer on the way, so not too sure if these DTs will do anything. He does have an overlord in the back of Ryan's base, so maybe he saw the Dark Templar Shrine, but Ryan should be prepared.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't quite see it, but with the observer, like with the overseer, I should say, he should be perfectly fine. It's at the third, and it's actually going in the wrong direction, so the main is actually in danger. Oh god. Oh, but the detection is going to be here soon, so the DTs, they don't deal too much damage. They just get a queen.
Just a queen. That's a pretty big pickoff.
He gets another queen. Oh god.
Does he?
Does he?
Oh, he walked right past him.
Oh, this is...
That was close.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to get the other queen. Oh, rip.
Oof. Gets the queen, 3 more drones. I mean...
There's not even anything to take out this war prison with no health.
Yeah, and he didn't remake the queen in the main, so there's still no queen here. Oh, god.
He's got 1, but he just walked it down to that third base.
Yeah.
What an interesting game. Ryan's a beast.
Oh my god. And yeah, the thing is that this is just distracting his opponent. He's like, you know what? You deal with these DTs however you wish. I'm just going to expand and drone up and get more workers.
Yeah, he's chilling on his side of the map. There hasn't been a single move out towards his side of the map this game. He's just making workers 2 at a time right now, getting immortals out. He knows there's some roaches on the way. DTs for defense are really good. You get a couple stalkers in here and focus fire down the overseers, and that's GG.
Yeah, definitely. There is an opportunity here because StarKiller is going to be counterattacking, and right now the immortals are a little bit exposed, but never mind. Okay, the rest of the army comes out as well. So, yeah, I don't know how StarKiller is going to do anything, especially because of the force fields, right? Because of the sentries.
This is why you get Overlord speed, the pneumatized carapace, if you will. It's so you can see this coming. Oh, he put his blings on hold position. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he's actually getting on top of the immortals, but that war prism is still alive. It saves all the immortals as well. Overcharges 4 shield batteries here.
God, he should be able to completely wreck this army with overshields, the batteries, and shield battery overcharge along with the war prism. There's no way he breaks that army. That's unfortunate because you have the better army. You should win that, but just because there's a war prism, you can't win.
Exactly, and it's such a shame because the war prism was so close to going down earlier as well. Like if that went down, like in that fight, like all 3 of those immortals would have died. Like the ones that have like damage taken to them. That would have changed everything.
Or he would have one less immortal because he had to use that time to make a war prism.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's a little bit more manageable if there's less mortals. But yeah, Ryan's getting the absolute the dream team, the A-team army here going, and yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Ryan's game so far. All he has to do is not mess up. StarKiller is also on 3 bases. It's not where you want to be in a ZvP.
Yeah, exactly. And he also cut a lot of workers as well. Like, he's still only got 47 workers. He's down basically 20 workers to his opponent. He needs the 4th base as well if he wants to macro out of this. He needs the larva, he needs the production. Yeah, and Ryan, he's just getting so defensive, even walling off the right side in case there's a big run by. Like, ugh.
Yeah, I guess Stalker Sentry Immortal is the combo for him here.
I will say that, like, looking at this map a little bit, this does look like a Terran or a Protoss defensively looks pretty solid on 3 bases, just because there's 2 ramps. Like, there's a ramp at the natural and the third, so like you have the high ground in both areas as well. It's like, ugh, it's
disgusting. It's like an interesting place too, because it's really easy to defend as like a Protoss or Terran, but as a Zerg, you don't want to be bunched up when fighting a Protoss or a Terran.
Yeah.
Kind of like the choke point on the ramp. Yeah, very Terran favored map. You see how far that Warp Prism can go without being touched? Just all that dead space. It could pop up anywhere.
Yeah.
I wonder if StarKiller is ever going to take a 4th here.
Because, like, even if he did, as you were saying, like, if StarKiller takes the 4th to the left, there are, like, positions here to abuse as well to the north of it, like, where your opponent has the high ground as well. If you expand to the north, it's a little bit better because there's a lot more, like, open space, but there's a lot of rocks that you have to kill.
Also, I didn't notice that. There's mineral patches and rocks. This is a Terran's dream right here.
Yeah. Like,
you could literally siege up on any 4th base that is chosen here.
As a Zerg player, it looks like there's a lot of setup that you need to take a 4th. Like, you need to mine out the minerals, you need to kill the rocks as well. Otherwise, like, pushes are going to be just a nightmare.
Yeah, disgusting. And there's like always a place to fall back. Like if you destroy the rocks, there's like a ledge right behind the rocks they can go on. And there's 2 rocks, and then like over down at the rich gas geyser one, there's the mineral line on one side, and then there's kind of like that cliff, so you can still have your tank sieged up at the high ground.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
I didn't even realize there was a rich Vespian gas here. Okay.
I mean, that might be something to mess around with, but look how close that base is to the ramp.
Yeah.
Like, you can shoot. I feel like you could hit the base from the ramp. You don't even have to go all the way up. You just need high ground vision. You could shoot like 3 disruptor shots directly into the mineral line from the low ground.
Oh yeah.
That's disgusting.
You're like, I'm vetoing this map.
Yeah, I think you can even maybe shoot the mineral line from the low ground.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, like the thing is, like, if you rush to get this base, like if you get dropped from behind the mineral line, you're screwed. You're just like in the low ground.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I can't see a world where rushing to get that base would be good. And I've seen this to be pretty good idea here. Just get Ravagers. This is the best thing against Protoss.
Yeah, I mean, he has a decent amount of Ravagers. The problem is there's not too much to protect them, so the Zealots are getting on top of everything. To be fair, Zealots do go down, and I mean, StarKiller is taking the best fight he can right now. But, oh boy.
I mean, the Ravagers just, with the Crucible, they're doing 2 different attacks at once, so it makes them the most worthwhile unit. But, yeah, Ryan just had the better army here. GG is called, and while StarKiller will be missed, it was good to see those maps played.
Oh yeah, definitely. StarKiller, of course, he went for a very aggressive style in the first game. The second game, a little bit more safe, but not safe enough, because the Glaive Adept opening still did a lot of damage.
Yeah. I thought those days were over of people losing to the Glaive Adept.